Irwin, I think you need to adjust your camera a little. There we go.
I'm gonna see if I can mute my phone real quick. No. Okay. Okay. Is this the probate for Mr. Wilson?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Great. Hutchinson County Court is now in session, sitting as a probate court to hear the application to admit the will of the late Thomas James Wilson to probate as a muniment of title. And Thomas Wayne Wilson is providing the testimony, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Mr. Wilson, if you'll just raise your right hand. In this case before the court, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Mr. Cross, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Would you state your full name, please?
Thomas Wayne Wilson.
And Mr. Wilson, you are the applicant, are you not, in this application that we've filed to probate the last will and testament of Thomas James Wilson as a muniment of title?
Yes, sir.
And what Thomas James Wilson was your son, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And he was born on March the 5th, 1977 in Kansas City, Kansas?
Yes.
Missouri.
Or
And
Missouri.
died on Missouri?
Missouri, sorry.
And he died on December the 2nd, 2024 in Amarillo, Potter County, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he was 47 years of age at the time of his death.
Yes.
And your son was a resident of and had a domicile and fixed place of residence in Hutchinson County, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes.
And no children were born to or adopted by your son after the execution of his will. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And no marriage of your son was ever dissolved after the date of that will. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And he was married one time to Erica Nicole Wilson. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they were married July 25th, 2003. Is that correct?
Yes.
And divorced in Hutchinson County, Texas on January 23rd, 2007. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there was one child born of the marriage, Haley Nicole Wilson. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the will that we have offered for probate, you're familiar with that, are you not?
Yes.
And this will does not name the state of Texas, an agency of the state of Texas, or any charitable organization as a devotee or beneficiary. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And your son did not receive any Medicaid benefits after March the 1st of 2005. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And are you familiar with the financial affairs of your son?
Yes.
And you can state to the court that his estate would not owe any unpaid debt or any debt that's not secured by real estate. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so therefore, you're stating to the court that there's no necessity for a full-blown probate in this case. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Judge, I would like the court to judicially note the affidavits that we have filed by the subscribing witnesses in this case, in that I wasn't sure that the self-proving affidavit on this form would meet the Texas statutes, so we went both ways here.
I will take note of those. I see that they are both in the file.
Okay, and with that, Judge, we would offer the last will and testament of Thomas James Wilson to probate as a muniment of title.
And I have reviewed the proposed order. So after hearing the testimony today, it will be the order of the court that the last will and testament of the late Thomas James Wilson be admitted to probate as a muniment of title.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I'm just going to mute myself. So if whenever you get ready, just holler at me.
Judge,
Okay.
Yes.
Judge Irwin, I just wanted to tell you that visiting with the parents, Mr. and Ms. Wilson, they said that the house that you now have used to be their house.
Oh, the Union House used to be y'all's house?
That's what,
Yes.
that's what